Before Chapter 4, Keanu Reeves proposed a more earlier and more violent John Wick death, according to the producer of John Wick. Chapter 4 Basil Iwinick admits that Keanu Reeves pitched his character's death much early and far more violently, leaving fans still in shock. The power-hungry Marquis de Gramont squared off against Wick in the most recent installment of the action genre movie, setting up a dramatic showdown between John and Kane, played by Donnie Yen. The Marquis tries to take the coup de grace shot after getting shot several times, but John reveals that he never took his final shot and is using it on the Marquis instead. Ultimately triumphant, John appears to pass away on the Sacre-Cœur steps, and is interred by his spouse. By Winston subsequently. In a special interview with Screen Rant for the film's Oscar campaign, Basil Iwinick said that he was contacted regarding the possibility of including Reeves' death in John Wick, Chapter 4. Reeves and director Chad Stahelski had been pushing it since Chapter 2, the producer disclosed in a hilarious way. The star even had a much more gruesome death in mind for the renowned character, but Iwinick quickly squashed the idea. View Iwinick's sharing below. They came to us on the second, third, and fourth. These films are, I take it, better than Keanu Reeves. Practically, in ways that it's more than simply a shot, in ways that I doubt anyone can ever comprehend. He is instructing 3, 4, and 5 months in advance, and it has a hint of Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon in every scene, as in I'm getting too old for this ST, and he says, this is when I die, in every film. I'm through. Every time, we shoot choices. We shoot one where he is fully conscious, one where he is a little hazy, and one where he is deceased. Recognize what I mean? And he was like, this is what happens. I believe it was in John Wick 2. They severed my head. They severed my head. There's no chance you're getting your head cut off, I exclaim. After eliminating numerous opponents in the first 3 chapters and the franchise spanning in Chapter 4, Reeves's John Wick had progressed far beyond the likes of Bruce Willis's John McClane or Matt Damon's Jason Bourne, and had faced almost as much physical suffering as any of Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminators. As such, one may find themselves concurring with Reeves to kill Wick in a way that is egregiously violent in order to end the story. After he was shot and fell off a skyscraper in the cliffhanger finale of John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum, it almost seemed essential to murder him. In the end, though, Stahelski, along with authors Shay Hatton and Michael Finch, made the right decision in Chapter 4 regarding how they handled perhaps killing John Wick. Instead of dying at the hands of an anonymous bandit who dropped him, or Wick's rampage was not stopped by a villain, but rather by a poignant intellectual duel between John and the Marquis. Wick carefully devised a plan to make sure he would not only kill the Marquis, but also give his life to save his friends Kane and his daughter, knowing that they would be in danger if he survived or if they staged the duel. Although Lionsgate could be eager to move forward with a John Wick 5, Stahelski and Reeves' desire to revive the character following the heartbreaking conclusion of John Wick, Chapter 4 has been significantly more restrained. While not insurmountably difficult to achieve without reversing their earlier work, with the director and star have maintained that Chapter 4 is, in fact, the end for John unless they can figure out a meaningful path forward for the character without undoing his seeming demise. Everything from prequels to spin-offs at least keeps the door open for Reeves to return in some other capacity.